So there we are, that's Belgian buns made. Just look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are making Belgian buns and we'll dispel the myth right now. They have nothing to do with Belgium. These Belgian buns were actually created and popularized in the UK, and they are a UK creation, and you will not find Belgian buns in Belgium. No way. So they're very simple to make actually, and we have some milk in here and we're going to go in there with some sugar. I'm just going to give that a little stir. I'm going to chuck some yeast in and we're going to give that a little stir, and we're going to leave that to bloom. If it blooms, we're carrying on with the next stage. Super duper, look at that. That's fantastic. Okay, in here I have bread flour, all-purpose flour, 250 grams, 250 grams, and we want to be going in there with some salt. I want to just give that a little mix in. People have asked me so many times, why don't I just use bread flour? I use bread flour, all-purpose plain flour, because it gives a softer crumb. It gives a lovely soft bread. In here, egg, our milk, yeast, sugar mix in there, and this is softened butter. Now I'm using the stand mixer because it's so simple to use. There is no arm work needed. We connect that, we bring that up. Here's the thing I keep trying to teach everybody: don't put the mixer on low and slow and speed it up. Leave it on about setting 2 and just let it run for 8 minutes. The dough needs to be kneaded, but the longer it's kneaded low and slow, you get a nice soft bread crumb. And we are going to mix this for about 6 to 8 minutes using the mixer. Probably 8 to 10 minutes if you are actually rolling it all by hand. Up to 2 and leave it. That's it, job done. Okay, that's at about 6 minutes, that'll do. Now you can go the full 8 minutes if you want, but this type of dough is a sticky dough. However, you don't want such a dough that it's unworkable. A little bit of flour on my hands. Let's have that off there. And we have got to get our hands in there, and we're going to get this very, very sticky dough out of here. Just clean down the sides. We want all of that bread mix there. So that is super, super sticky, and I mean really sticky. In there, a little bit of oil. Doesn't matter what oil you use, olive oil, cooking oil, no one's bothered. You ain't eating it. Okay, and then we want to just put our bread in there, or our dough, flick it over and let it sit in there. Easy as that. So there's our dough. Now you can cover it with anything you do, you know, if you use a shower cap and all that carry on. I actually just use a plastic bag. And we're going to leave that until it doubles in size, which is probably going to be about an hour. Okay, we've had it stuck on the side for about an hour and 10 minutes actually. It's not very hot here today. This is sugar and this is mixed spice. There's the recipe how to make mixed spice in the description. So we're just going to mix that in. Mixed spice is very similar to pumpkin spice. So you can't go wrong if you live across the pond. I've got some fruit and I've got white and black raisins. You can use any fruit you like. And we're going in with our homemade lemon curd. And there's a link here to make lemon curd if you cannot buy it in the store. Okay, nice and straightforward. We want to be dumping our dough if it's risen. Oh, there we go. That's okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on my hand and just a little on there, because we are just going to put that on there and flatten it out. So we need to dump this on there. Nice and steady. Boom, like that. Now you can roll and roll to get a nice square shape, or you can just puff out the air and squash it down with your fingers. And that's how I'm going to do it. No point in rolling it out, it's already done. Now, our mixture. Butter, softened butter on there. Now with this one, we've got our softened butter on there, quite a lot actually. We want to be adding our spices and fruit, but we want to be adding lemon curd. Now not all recipes call for lemon curd, but they have evolved to use lemon curd. So we want a couple of blobs of lemon curd on there. And we are going to just mix that in with the butter. We are going to spread that on there. It's going to give us that fantastic lemony flavour. So we've got that going on. We've got that fantastic citrus lemon curd. We want to be going on there with our sugar and our mixed spice. Or unless you're using cinnamon, that's what you're going to be putting on. And then on there with our mixed fruit. Okay, easy, easy. And then we're going to roll it up. Now some people say roll it up really tight. I don't, I just say roll it up. So roll it up nice and gently over the top. Let's get that in there. There's always one that wants to escape. Okay, and just squash it up like that. Nice, and bring it in, join it up. Okay, and we're just going to cut that in half. There. That's one. And that's two. I'm using a 10 by 10 baking tray. And I've lined it with parchment paper. Couple of bits of parchment paper in there, both ways. So it's like double lined if you like, but you know, it is lined. So if we just come in the middle, like that, and then we go there. Now, I get all sorts of comments on the channel. I use dental floss, and look, I'm using a serrated knife. If you use dental floss, just use dental floss. And then we're going to put those in there. Nice and steady. Just pick up your roll and dump it in. Okay, so we want to do the same with this one. So we're going to half that, and then we're going to divide that into 3. So there we have it. There is our buns in there. Nothing hard about it. If you leave a gap, you leave a gap. It's going to fill it up when it expands, when it rises again. So don't worry about it. There you are. There's our buns. That goes in covered again for about another 40-45 minutes. Rise up, and then it's going in the oven. Job done. 45 minutes. It's about time to stick the oven on. Let's get the oven on. We want it on to about 160 because it's an air fryer. Let it do its thing. At home, probably 180, 175, 180. Right, let's have a look. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Look at those. Shove that in the oven. 20 minutes, that's all. Okay, that's an end hot on there. We need to be taking those out of there. Oh, come on. Look at that. What I've got here, I've got sugar, and I'm just going in there with a little bit of boiling water. We are not melting it all down on a pan. Just stir it all through like that, nice and gentle, and that's going to make it a very quick sugar syrup to go over the top of here. Don't make anything complicated. You don't have to boil anything away or anything like that. It's a sugar syrup. It's basically sugar water. So as soon as it has come out like that, sugar water on the top. Now you can use golden syrup, anything like that, and water mixed together. And you could even cook it, you know, that's entirely up to you. We're not bothered about that. It's just straight over the top. It's going to loosen that up on there. It's going to give a nice glaze, even though it's going to be covered with icing. So there you are. That's just sugar and water. Nothing complicated on there. When it cools down a little minute, we're going to take it out of there and we're going to put it on the tray to cool. Just leave it there for a minute till it cools down. That's just too hot to get out. Okay, nice and steady one. This is still red hot, but we want those on this tray. Wow. So we can just take our paper like that and we can do that. Fantastic. Okay, because we've made them in that 10 by 10 tray, they're all together. So we have to break them apart to actually ice them. Now, if you'd have made them in a bigger tray, you could have put just a few in with a little bit of a gap between, and you would have a more rounded bun. Now this way, it's just better for me, it's easier. And these things are absolutely red hot. As you can see, they're steaming. So I'm just going to pull one apart so you can see we've got a fantastic soft bread. Now these things are too hot to work with at the moment. We should let them cool, and I will do. I'm not going to rush. We'll let them cool and then we'll do the job properly. No point rushing. Now when it comes to Belgian buns, they carry quite a thick icing. So we want to be going in a bowl with some icing sugar. Now I'm not doing this by weight, it's eyeball. We want enough icing to go on those buns. And it is quite thick icing on a Belgian bun. Now, common sense, if it's too thin, add more sugar. If it's too thick, add more water. That's all there is to it. There's no rocket science to icing a bun. So we've got a little bit of water in there, and we're just going to mix it in. And when you think you've got enough sugar to cover your buns, off we go. Nice swirl of sugar on the top of there. Let it run down. Try to get it to run down if you can. It just looks better when you've got the runs on, you know. And then with all of these tight buns, we want a cherry on the top. So all we're going to do is let that set up a little bit, let that icing set up, and then we're going to rip one open and give it a taste. Oh. Look at those. Absolutely fantastic Belgian buns. Oh, come on. Belgian buns made. Look at that. Oh, let's give it a go. Well, I just can't wait any longer. I'm going to have to get stuck in. The icing's not probably set yet, but that doesn't matter. Let's get in here. Let's pull this apart. In here. Oh, look in there. That is absolutely superb. Oh, super, super soft bread. Oh, that is phenomenal. Oh, come on. That lemon from our lemon curd mixed with that fruit, that butter mixture in there, obviously the sugar, the spices, and the soft bread. If you like what we're doing, don't forget the big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. If you share, the channel will get recognized, and I will really appreciate it. And don't forget, ring that bell so notifications come on. Hey, and we'll catch you in the next video. Oh,